So let's go. So hi to everybody. If you can just mute yourself while I'm chit-chatting, and then as I call you forward, you can come through and we can have more of a chat. But firstly, I want to say a huge thank you to all of you who gave me some love and some encouragement for Saturday. It was much appreciated, and I loved you all for sending me my warmest wishes while I pooed my pants, but I had a great time at the same time. So thank you so much, and thank you very much for joining me tonight. And those that are playing along at home, please make sure that you are doing everything possible to be on these calls live. We are all energy, and as a team, we would love to be able to see your face so we can go forward together in, unity and collaboration. But you showing up is going to be the first key to your success. So we appreciate that it's 7:30 right now. So the guys in New Zealand, they're the ones that probably I'll give the off to because it's 9:30 for them. Everybody else, if you are busily wanting success in your in yourself, and if you're busily wanting success for you in terms of your bank account, you should be scheduling an hour out of your week to turn up for your team. Okay, and I'm saying that with all love and compassion. How are you showing up in your life, and how are you showing up in your team? Because your success in your body, your health, your wellness, your bank account starts and stops with you. Okay, and that's it. So how did we go with our task last week where we were asked to do our productivity challenge? How did we go? Did we print it out? Print the sheet out? And did we track? So hands up if you printed it out, for one. Check. Awesome. Fantastic. Hands up if you had numbers on your tracker. Number. Okay. So what do we think we need to do? Anybody can come through. Give me some love. What do we think we need to do? If this is a business of having conversations and really keeping a track of things, what is the first thing here that we need to make sure that we're doing? Go, Suze.
Do tasks.
Yeah, do the task.
I missed last week's, but I'm going back and now picking up right from the start. I know there's a couple I've started working on it, but just going back and doing the ones that I haven't finished, started, and what's been set for this week.
All right. So refreshing you back into last week, whereas really it's all about production, but it's basically about following up and keeping a track of our numbers. So you would have heard Brett talk about this. He talked about this checklist at ISA Uni. So, we've got to have something that we're checking in on ourselves, because if we aren't self-checking, this is a self-based, home-based business. So if we don't actually have somebody overviewing us and checking on us, then what do we have, really? Like, we have to actually be checking on ourselves. Yep.
Sorry, Lise, was it the weekly productive checklist? Is that the one? Oh, yeah. Did print that off?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and of course, the biggest thing about that productivity checklist is that it has to be self-accountability. Like, to be honest, I didn't see anybody else take a photo and post it up in the team chat. I was the only one that did it. Nobody else took a photo and put it up in the team chat, which was a little disappointing, since we say that we all want to do this. So I ask you, how bad do you want it? Like, how bad do you want it? That's from Lynn Hagedorn. You should have listened to Millionaire Mindset. And that's what she says over and over and over and over, is how bad do you want it? So if you are being asked to do a task by Brett and Sammy, who I would listen to everything. Like, do you think that Millionaire Mentors are good enough to listen to? Because I do. If they are asking you to do a task, then you really best be listening to the people who have gone before you and actually taking action on them. Does it mean that the numbers have to be brilliant? No. Does it mean that there has to be something in there? Yeah. Will there be some zeros in there? Yeah, absolutely. There'll be zeros if you haven't got in-home presentations or small group presentations or one-on-ones to do. That's fine. But filling it in and putting something in there is better than doing nothing and continually making an excuse. Because, you know, your dreams, we can have, you know, compassion and power to you winning, or, you know, compassion and power to your excuses. You have to step up and own where you're at, okay? And stepping up and owning where you're at is going to have to be some self-accountability, because no one's going to build this for you. No one's going to take the actions, okay? Is that cool? All right. So I would like, again, for the productivity checklist to be printed out so you can see your numbers. I'll put my hands on my heart and I'll tell you that I filled it out for Tuesday and I filled it out for Wednesday, and then after Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I didn't actually fill it in because I lost my form, and then I found it tonight. So I'm the same as everybody else. I was still taking action, filling in the ISA tools to go desktop, but I actually wasn't filling this out exactly like I asked you to do. This week, it's a brand new week, and it'll be done again, okay? We have to have something on paper. We need to take the tasks that we want to do in our brain and we need to put them down. Remember last week how I asked if we could put the numbers that we're attaining to, so that we actually want to drive for, if we can put those numbers you know, on the left-hand side of the little squares, so we have something that we're striving for and aiming for, and then as we do the action, we put the number in the box as the action is completed, okay? All good? Excellent. Does anybody not have the ability to print it out? Lizzie, you don't have the ability to print it out? Anywhere at work? No. Okay. If you don't have the ability to print it out, I'll put up a blank copy, and or you know what you can do, mate? Just get a sheet of paper. It's a pretty simple checklist, so you can just get a blank piece of paper and write it down in a blank piece of paper. Do you have a diary? Have you got a diary? Okay. So if you have a diary, you can put the exact same actions in your diary, and then you can do your let's say do your goal numbers and then do the attained numbers, so you can write it in a diary as well. Okay, awesome. Did everybody finish Millionaire Mindset? Yeah. Oh, I thought, Jerry, you were going to talk. I'm like, oh, I thought you were.
Yeah, I was. I just have it on my iPad, so I don't I genuinely don't have enough time in the day to try and read all the books that I want to read. So I just listen to them on the way to work. So yeah,
that's okay. Don't worry. I wouldn't worry about that. I'm an audiobook person, so I don't have these books that they're asking us to read. I don't read them. I listen to them. So I think that audiobooks for very busy people who are building this in the pockets of their time is an incredible idea, especially when you're traveling to work. You're actually making effective use of your time in traffic. So yeah, that's fine. Can I ask, was there one particular thing that you took away from Millionaire Mindset by Lynn Hagedorn? Anybody? Like, come on and tell me what was like one thing really that perhaps resonated with you. Anyone? Anyone? So the one thing that I love from her is obviously that she plugs herself in and that she is a constant learner. So even though, you know, she is, you know, the fastest growing customer associate to grow herself to millionaire status, she's still an avid learner. So she still actually plugs herself into things and is constantly learning. And she says, you know, as I say, it's like she says, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? So, yeah.
Hey, Liz, just with that one, is it in Podomatic? Can you download it in Podomatic?
No, you actually have to buy it off her site. So you actually have to YouTube Lynn Hagedorn Millionaire Mindset, and I think it's about $29. So
yeah, I saw that that Brett did. There was another one that I had a look at, and it went for 45 minutes.
Don't know.
And it was Lynn being interviewed by somebody.
So there's 3 parts of Millionaire Mindset. There's like part 1, part 2, and then there's an interview part where she's actually being interviewed by Michael Klaus, who is actually now her husband. Yeah, so he is actually her husband now. They're actually married. So, but before that they weren't. So yeah, there's 3 parts: part 1, part 2, and the interview, and all of it is incredible. And I think it actually just reminded me of what a powerful tool it is. And it's one that I need to remember to just go back to when I'm feeling like I'm in a bit of a funk. It's actually an incredible tool because she talks about her journey, and she talks about the fact that, you know, sometimes you feel like you're leading a team of 1, which can just be yourself. And, you know, this is what I do. I just keep showing up. You know, I just keep talking to people. You know, and she talks a lot about her challenges along the way and how she just didn't give up. So it's a really good one. Yeah. All right. Hey, George, how are you, honey bun? I know that you're a little late because you're putting the kids to bed. So we're just catching up from last week, just asking the guys if they had filled in their weekly productivity checklist, making sure that we understand that really our success is up to us. We need to be responsible for our own actions in our self-paced, home-based business. We need to be accountable to our own success. And then we were just having a chat about Millionaire Mindset by Lynn Hagedorn. So if you have your favourite part that you want to talk about, if there's something in that audio that really inspired you, jump on and let us know.
Hello, everyone. It's lovely to see all your smiling faces.
Yeah, you're too.
Yeah, I've listened to the Millionaire Mindset a few times, and I haven't listened to it recently, so I'll be looking forward to listening to it again. I think she's just amazing. Like, she's just such a good person to listen to. She's very easy to listen to. You know, when some people you're like, okay, I know this has been recommended to me, but it's just like, it just flows. It's so good. There's not probably one thing I can really pick out at the minute off the top of my head, but definitely get onto it, and it is. It's just fabulous.
Awesome. Thank you. So
sorry,
that's okay. That's okay. So we know that this week's task, who was on last night? Yeah. Okay. So if you weren't on last night, you have 24 hours to catch up on it. So it is up on the Team Breakthrough page. So I need to strongly encourage you to be doing everything. If you want this, I can't want it for you. Brett and Sammy can't want it for you. I can't want it for you. You have to be committing to listening in and taking the action. Now, I know that we all have very busy lives, but what if you don't commit to this? What if you don't? Like the books, Lynn Hagedorn, so what is it? There's like 3 lots of 45. It's just over 2 hours. And this week's task of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, I think is 1 hour and 9 minutes. So to me, even in all of my busyness, when I had the gym 24/7 and I was just desperate for a way out of that, you know, I made the time to listen and learn everything I could and everything that I was actually being told to do. So what you guys are doing now is exactly what Brett and Sammy told me to do at the start. So what they do in these Millionaire in Action trainings was their Executive Master training, or they've just renamed them, but none of the training that they're giving you is anything that they've established overnight. Does that make sense? This is all old training that they just recycle over. As they get a brand new stock of people in, they just recycle their training and take everybody back through it again. They're doing it now because they've got their brand new people in the UK, and they're also taking us brand new Aussies, our existing Aussies and brand new Aussies through it. Does that make sense? So none of this is new for me, but guess what? I'm doing it all again, because I still want more. And if I show up, I am hoping that I inspire you to show up, because, you know, they say, yeah, the speed of the pack is the speed of the leader. But I'll say to you again, I can't want this for you. If you are not turning up to put the runs on your board, if you're not turning up to put the dollars in your bank account, don't blame anybody else. please don't blame anyone else. What I just took away from the Millionaire Secrets of the Millionaire Mind is, you know, that there's never been a really rich victim, and there will never be a really rich victim. You either step up and you take ownership of where you're at, and it's okay if this is not your time and you're not catching up and you can't do this, that's okay. Back out and be okay with that and do what you can. But if you're all in, that's what she says. If you're all in, make the decision to be all in. Jackson Parr at some event recently, I think, and maybe it was also, was it Peter Kelly at Celebration? They're the same thing. It's like, be okay with your decision. You're either not in or you're in. But you can't show up 50% and expect 100% result. Okay? Said with all love and compassion. You can't be in 50% and expect 100% result. Okay? I'm going to give you everything I know, and I'm going to give you all of my energy. If you're not going to give it back to me, please stop asking. Okay? You have your tasks set. So this week, it is about listening to Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. So that is an audio book, so you can download it from Audible, iTunes, however you want to do it. And you need to do your 30-second story, and you need to post your 30-second story on the Team Breakthrough page. You need to do your 5 edification points, and so that way we know each other and we know who we are and what we're all about, as we call on each other to do connect calls, 3-way calls, connect chats. So I want to thank Lainey, because Lainey, we jumped straight into action last night. I've got some breastfeeding and pregnant women that I'm like, there's no point me chatting to these ladies anymore, because I can't get them over a point. I need to put them into touch with someone who's actually pregnant. And I've put Lainey, just dropped Lainey straight in the deep end. So that's another thing. I really desperately want to change the culture of our team to know that it is okay to leverage, that it is absolutely okay to just, you don't need to ask me for a connect message. Brett and Sammy say they have to be asked first. I understand that, because they will be a billion times busier than I am. You do not need to ask me to just pop me into a 3-way chat, okay? We need to start leveraging the social proofing much better than we are doing. Okay, so open up a group chat, or if you want me on the phone, then let's organize to actually have a phone call, because voice energy changes things. This is not a business that you have to do on your own. Do you understand that? And you will hear it through every event. This is a simple business, and we're overcomplicating it. You don't have to be your own hero, okay? It's a business of leverage, collaboration, unity, and teamwork, okay? So I would actually really love to see connect messages just going off their face. And that even means that if you have already enrolled people and they might be in their first week, and let's say I've enrolled a nurse, I'm going to go, hey, Georgie, I've just started off this beautiful woman, Benny, and she's a nurse. I know that you two have got so much in common. Can you just have a chat to each other, because she's in her first week of Isogenics, and I know that you've got great tips for her. Can you just tell her your top tips, so that even if I don't need your help to leverage her across the line, I'm going to use you to socially support her. How does that sound? Yeah, awesome. It doesn't mean also that if a chat's opened, that chat has to be answered straight away. Answer the chat when you can, okay? Don't put yourself under the pressure that it dings from someone and you've got to answer it, all right? Yeah, you need to do it more often to build belief in 3-way calls. 3-way calls are so simple. But if we're not doing three-way calls, you think that three-way calls are scary, but they are so simple. They're so, you know, they're actually harder for the, let's say, the so-called expert, because they're the one that's got to do the talking. All your job is, Lainey, let's say if you have somebody that you're putting through to me for a three-way call, is all you have to do is collaborate, is work out the appointment time and do the edification and hand over the call. And then your job is to be quiet. You guys have got the easy job. The talker's got the hard job. All right. Does that make sense? Okay. And the only way that you will build belief in a three-way call or a connect call is by, as Brett said, don't call them three ways because that sounds weird. I would prefer them be called connect chats or connect calls. The only way that you will build belief in them and you will build your own personal power around those is doing them. Yeah. And I hope you have a pen and paper. I love Heidi McCallan's posture around this when she says, so what we do now is I'm just going to pop you into a chat message with my friend Suze. Suze is a bookkeeper, you're an accountant, you guys have got lots of numbers in common. I just want to put you in touch with each other because you just, you know, she'll be a great support for you and you've got so much in common. So I'm just going to open it and you guys can chat about how she's using the Isogenics program. Yeah. Simple. Okay. What we do next is I'm going to open up, I'm going to ask my friend Lisa if she can do a call with us because she's been doing Isogenics for just over 3 years and she knows everything about the products. And look, she's a great chick. So even if you don't go ahead with this, what you're going to have is a great friend. When can we do it? Can we do it at 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock? What's better for you? Does that make sense? You've got to have the hard part around the three-way calling, like that three-way invitation. The hardest part for you guys will be your posturing around it. We'll be getting down pat. So what we do next is I'm going to get my friend Georgie on the phone. She's a nurse just like you. And you know what? If nothing even comes of this, you're going to have an amazing friend in Georgie. What time suits you? 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock? So you're not actually asking them their permission. You are telling them what we do next is. And that's exactly Heidi McCallan's stature, posture, leading all through it is what we do next. And so what we do next is we get order your pack. And what we do next is while your pack's coming, I just want you to think about 2 people who will be your greatest support partners in this. And let's chat to them too. Yeah. Yeah, but you're not telling, like, you're not like, I don't know how are you wording it? Sorry, I'm just answering a chat to Georgie. So how are you wording it, Georgie?
Pretty much very similar to how you said. Like, I'll be chatting to them on Messenger, and I've been trying, and like phone calls is a big sort of out of my comfort zone. So I've been trying to do that more, and I just keep coming up blank. Like I'll keep going, okay, well, you know, what day suits? And, you know, does this time or this time suit you? Which one's better?
Don't give them too many choices.
So,
one choice only.
Yeah, but and then they just go, oh, no, I'm busy that day, and then they won't answer any of my messages.
Okay, so then there's you're sifting and sorting. If they're really not ready, then they're not ready. Here is my other top tip. Get off texting. Stop typing. Seriously. Stop typing. If you have, like, you should be no more typing, like none, 0 typing. Okay? Like, no typing. Let me hear your voice. And if you happen to be sitting at your laptop, you know how, like, some of you I've sent videos. If you have that video function to be able to actually send a video message to someone, send your face and send your voice, because this is what builds trust in people. Yeah? You trust me, I trust you, you have a pain, I have a solution. Let's do it. Okay? I just want to so strongly encourage you to get off typing. Please. Again, at IC Uni, Suze will attest to this, and this is what Brett and Sammy got into last night. What you have to become skilled at is you have to become skilled at having a one-on-one conversation. But one-on-one conversations are not skilled by typing. One-on-one conversations are skilled by speaking. Get over the fear of what other people think of you. You have an incredible gift. You know that. You know how you feel with these products. Stop hiding behind your keyboard. Come out behind the keyboard. And this is the thing. How crazy is it that you can sit there for 20 minutes typing back and forward with somebody when you can just press the phone icon at the top and you can have a Facebook call with that person? They are there, they are online. If they don't answer the phone call because you've made it and they let it go and they don't answer, then you can send a voice message and say, hey, I didn't mean to alarm you, but I thought to save the typing, we could just have a chat. Is it okay if I call back? Or they maybe didn't answer you because they've actually been sitting on the toilet for 20 minutes typing back and forth to you. So they may be on the shitter. Just saying. Please get off the typing. You are brilliant. You have so much power inside of you. Put yourself in front of people, because remember, at the end of the day, people are buying you and what you do. They are not buying a chocolate shake. They buy because they trust you. They hand over 16 digits and an expiry date and a CVV because they trust you. The quicker you can show your face and show your voice and build trust with people, the quicker it will be. Cool? Awesome. Now, the last piece of Brett and Sammy's training is launch parties. So we need to master the art of the one-on-one, and then we need to master the art of small groups. So that would be launch parties. So for a month, they have a launch party challenge, and I would love this group to also be having launch party challenges. So we need to, for the next 4 weeks, so until the end of August, be just booking in launch party after launch party after launch party. You can call it a wellness happy hour, you can call it a taster party, you can call it an info session, you can call it whatever you like. They just need to be booked in. And when they are booked in, I need to be booked in. I need to be booked in by Zoom to come into your launch party, unless it's in Seymour, where I Zoom up in my car. Okay? The person who books the most amount of launch parties and books the most amount of me into your Zoom is going to get a free ticket to SKO. Yep, that's my offer. You have 4 weeks to book in as many launch parties as possible. And I will also extend that into being that they are a flow of launch parties. So that means that if we go to Seymour tomorrow night, George, and from Seymour, you book in 2, and then from those 2, they book in 2, and then from those 2, they book in 2. So we're accumulating the amount of launch parties which are coming from the launch party. The person that does the most amount of them, so that, you know, on top of, is going to get and it's trust-based. You guys need to keep account of it. I'm not checking it. You guys keep a track of it. You can tell me at the end of 4 weeks, I'd get my diary out and I would be keeping a track of it on the 25th of August or around about that date when we have a call again. I will say, give it to me. Where's the number of accumulated launch parties? Who had the most? All right. And whoever has the most gets the free ticket to SKO. If you actually have your own team member, like let's say Lainey, you have Paul, right? Let's say you have Paul in your team who is just booking launch parties left, right, center, left, right, center, left, right, center. Then your discretion, give the ticket to him. Once the ticket's in your hands, it's up to you to do something with it. You either use it or you gift it to your team member who's showing up for you. Make sense? Awesome. Okay. That is it. Would you like to come through and talk now? Because I think I've talked enough. So you may jump on in. So we're good. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Go back to Lynn Hagedorn if you haven't done it. Do your checklist. 30-second story on the page. What else did he want? Edification points. 3 ways, or sorry, not 3 ways because that's a bit dirty. Connects and launch parties. Awesome. All right, come and talk.
I am a taste buddy virgin.
Nice. Wow.
I'm coming out.
Yeah, awesome. We can have a 3-way at your virgin party.
I did just actually tell a lie. We did have one, but the experience from that very first one